Hopefully, coffee is going to feature on your Christmas gift list this year. And hopefully as well, the coffee you receive will have the nice Carvetii brand on the bag. That would be really cool, both for you and for ourselves. But if it doesn't, that's okay, because what I'm going to talk about today is generic across all different types of coffee. And it's whether there's a better brewing method for a coffee or whether it really doesn't matter how you brew it. So I'm really grateful to one of our customers and coffee club members, Gary Pagita, for the inspiration behind this video. Something I picked up in one of his comments recently about whether there's a better brewing method for a specific coffee. Gave me the idea to talk a little bit about whether you can pick a brewing method for a coffee. Now, to do this, I'm going to use a range of coffees we sell to help exemplify it all. And I've split them up into two groups. Over here, we have our espresso range. So we have latitude, solitude, and fortitude. That's our espresso range. And over here, we have what I call our brewed coffee range. And I'll come back to talk about those in a little while. Now, it's a real weird anomaly in our industry that we have what we call these coffees an espresso coffee, because espresso is a brewing method. So if I'm being really pedantic, these are just roasted coffees, the same way these are just roasted coffees. It doesn't become an espresso until it's actually put through a machine. But for simplicity's sake, we often talk about these being espresso coffees. The reason we have these coffees and the reason they're suitable for espresso is that we roast them for a little bit more solubility. Now, espresso machines have got a big challenge on their hands, particularly domestic ones. In a very short window, 25 seconds or thereabout, and using a very small amount of water, they have to extract the full flavour and character out of these coffee beans. And it's a tough job. So to help your machines out, we will try and break down these beans a little bit further without compromising on the overall character of each of these coffees. We're trying to make the coffee more soluble, more usable for the end consumer who wants to make these in an espresso machine. The coffees on this side are what I call our brewed coffee range, and we've roasted these to be used in the whole gamut of brewing methods that are available: cafetiere, filter, aeropress, drip, clever coffee dripper, siphon. The list is endless, but you get the gist. Everything that's not an espresso machine, effectively. And with these, we really are trying to focus on that origin, flavour and character. That's what we want to come through in the cup. So we're not worried about trying to make them soluble or breaking them down a little bit more, because the brewing method itself usually has more time involved with it than espresso. So a cafetiere, for example, has 4 to 4.5 minutes to extract and dissolve the flavour out of the coffee. So we don't need to worry about breaking it down so much. And here we end up with a whole range of coffees that really, really do focus on that origin character. It's not about the roast. We get every kind of character from the fruity, berry-like coffee at the front. We have nut, we have stone fruit, we have chocolate. These aren't about the roast. These are about the origin itself. So the first question is, are they interchangeable? Can I take my espresso coffees over here and can I brew them? And can I take my brewed coffees over here and can I put them through an espresso machine? And the simple answer is absolutely yes. They're all just brewing methods. But there's a couple of things to bear in mind. Firstly, if you put these espressos through any of these brewing methods like cafetieres and so forth, they're going to work fine. They've been broken down a little bit further, so therefore they will work in every brewing method. And I think they're particularly suited to AeroPress and mocha pots. However, if you go the other way, if you take these brewed coffees and put them through an espresso machine, then you might get varying results. Some of them will result in a delicious espresso and you're going to love it, whereas others, maybe they're a little bit hard, maybe they lack a bit of solubility and your machine might struggle to get the true character out. As well as that, you might find putting something like this bright berry coffee through the espresso machine just ramps the acidity up And as a preference thing, you might not enjoy it as much. Personally, I love chucking these into the espresso machine and just going on that whole voyage of discovery to find out what it's actually like. So taking the brewed coffees on their own, the next question is, are they suited, or is there a better brewing method for these different types of coffees we have here? And in all honesty, it comes down to personal preference. And each of the different brewing methods will reveal a different character in the coffee. So let's just take the simple cafetiere and compare it to filter brewed coffee. You know, cafetiere is about as pure as it gets. You're mixing coffee with water, you're stirring it, you're steeping it. There is no barrier between the two, and all you're doing is using a metal mesh to separate them out before you drink the coffee. And therefore you're going to get everything the coffee's got. You're going to get the flavour, the character, the oils, you're going to get dissolved solids, you're going to get suspended solids. Everything the coffee has will come into the cup. If you compare that to filter, then the same is not true. The filter paper will actually take out a certain part of the character of the coffee, particularly oils and the suspended solids. So going to a V60 or going to a drip filter machine or a Chemex even, you're going to lose a proportion of that character. And what you end up in the cup is a much cleaner, crisper coffee. So if I take something like this kind of stone fruit high-grown coffee here, possibly the berry coffee here, personally, I think those kind of high-grown, fruity berry coffees really suit filters and Chemex brewed coffees. The crispness in the cup really lets those flavours come to the fore. Whereas actually, take this one at the back here, which is a chocolatey. It's called Sippy Falls from Uganda. It's just chocolate, toasted hazelnuts. In all honesty, I think that's going to go so well in a cafetiere. That body or perceived body you're going to get from all those suspended solids, I really think will complement the chocolate and nut flavours in the cup here. However you brew your coffee this Christmas, I hope you really enjoy it. I hope you have a cracking festive season. I hope you get to see and meet the people that really matter to you. In the new year, we've got a really exciting months or few months ahead of us, because in August 2021, Carvetii celebrates its 10th birthday. So even though we still have a little bit of the current situation hanging over us, we intend to make 2021 a cracking year for this company. And I hope you can join us in all of that. In the meantime, hope you have a Merry Christmas, and thanks for watching.